How's it going today, guys? We're coming at you with the $10 a day keto challenge.
And this is exciting because 5 was a lot easier than I thought. We could have eaten so much more food.
So yeah, this one is not really going to be much of a challenge. It's more about like what kind of cool stuff, maybe higher quality stuff can we fit into $10.
Oh, I'm not even thinking higher quality. That's a good point.
You're just thinking more stuff?
I'm thinking just more delicious stuff because I can make them I can amplify the flavors.
And all this series of videos is basically just what we specifically would eat if we were confined to $10 a day. So I'm gonna do one, she's gonna do one. They're a little different. You guys can comment below with what you would do if you were confined to these budgets or any kind of budget tips you might have. Strategy.
I done doubled up, yeah. I done pumped it up, yeah. I been getting money so long, your shit ain't old enough.
All right, guys. So I don't really have much of a strategy here because after doing the $5 a day and realizing that I had a lot more room to play around with, I think I'm just gonna go for what I'm feeling. So what will be really delicious, because the $5 a day, when I did that, it was it got a little boring, right? You got eating the same thing. It's really simple over and over again. So I'm gonna have fun with these meals that I'm making. I'm gonna add some delicious flavors, maybe get some soy sauce mixed in there, a little Asian style. So I think I'm just gonna flare it up and then also maybe splurge for better butter. So Kerrygold, an avocado. So for some healthier, really filling fats, and we'll see where we land.
For my strategy, it's not gonna be too different from the $5 a day one. I'm gonna try seeing if I can get in a steak. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. Maybe a piece of salmon or something. I don't even think that's gonna be possible. I think I might have to settle on just some grass-fed ground beef. That might be the best bang for your buck. Yeah, the foods are not gonna change that much from the $5 a day one. I might add more veggies for sure, because in that one I had no veggies. So I'm gonna do avocados, maybe some broccoli or something. I don't know. I don't have this too well thought out yet. I'm just gonna go to the store, see what kind of deals we can get. Let's see what we can come away with.
We are about to head in to Publix. This is our run-of-the-mill grocery store we come to. So it's similar to Kroger, Acme, Safeway, Meijer, any other grocery store like that, just all over the nation. So we're gonna head into Publix. Let's see what we find. I'm first in the produce section. Probably best to start in the meat because that's gonna be the pricier, but we're here and we're looking at avocados. So avocados are really filling for me and they're delicious. So I think this will be a part of my first meal. And as you can see, they're $1.18 each. $1.18 isn't bad. I'm gonna snag some of these. And then for my dinner, I'm gonna be doing egg roll in a bowl. That is something I can eat every day. Super filling and satisfying. I'm looking for some fresh vegetables, which isn't the best bang for your buck, but I'm gonna do it. And we're gonna see how it works out. So this is 16 ounces for $1.99. It looks like the tea we got for the $5 a day from Walmart was a lot cheaper than it is here. So I'm not even gonna go for that brand. I'm gonna go for the deal. The English breakfast tea, that'll be really good for $1.99. I think I would prefer to get grass-fed beef over pasture-raised, cage-free eggs. So I'm gonna still keep my egg budget lower than I would ideally want. I'm just gonna go with an 18 pack of they're just normal regular eggs, and that's $2.15 for 18 large eggs. And then for my first meal with my tea, I'm gonna be doing butter and heavy cream because I feel like I could afford some heavy cream and it's delicious. I'm gonna get one of these big guys, and it's a bit pricey, but I'm not gonna be using a ton, so it should last me a while. All right, we're at the butter. Let's see what the cheapest we can get, but for a decent brand. So there's Kerrygold, there's this pasture raised. I think the best is gonna be this Kerrygold. So I'm gonna get a couple of these. So they're $3.35 each. Grass-fed ground beef is really expensive, unfortunately. But to me, since I'll be consuming it, daily and a lot of it, I want it to be good quality, and I think I can afford it. So there's this grass-fed ground beef, which is $7.99, and then this one, which is $8.99. So I'm gonna go for this 90/10. $7.99 a pound ground beef. Pricey, but I can always add butter to it to also up the fat on the meal for my egg roll in a bowl. And I might have to just get rid of one of the exciting foods I was gonna get, almond butter. I'm gonna get some almond butter. So it's expensive. And it blows my mind how expensive almond butter is because peanut butter is a fourth of the cost. So there is 14, so there's 28 tablespoons in here. And for an after dinner snack, I only need 2 tablespoons. So that's not terrible. Maybe 50 cents a serving. But if you're looking for nut butter, that's your thing. You don't want to do peanuts, you don't want to do almonds. You can also do sunflower butter, which is cheap, which is a lot cheaper, $6. And then there's a couple other things I'll be using for my egg roll in a bowl, like soy sauce, rice wine vinegar, and some seasonings. So I'll definitely calculate that into my meals, but I'm not gonna get those right now. Now it's Matt's turn.
All right, here we go, guys. I'm not gonna blow my money on almond butter, none of this dumb stuff. We're keeping it pretty basic, gonna up the quality, but I might have a sweet treat for the end of the night. Let's go. Okay, so the salmon's $11.49 a pound, and I would probably eat like a pound of it per day, so that's over budget right there. We cutting the salmon. Basically, I'm just looking red meat. That's what I'm going for. And the cheapest way to do that is generally the ground beef, but I'm actually gonna check out the steaks. See if we got any manager specials or anything. Yeah, steaks are kind of out of the question, it looks like. I mean, you could do like a big roast and definitely save money. Like this right here, you get almost 3 pounds for 16 bucks. It's $5.99 a pound. You could definitely do that. I think just going ground is better because you can see it's pretty lean and it's conventionally raised. You can get grass-fed ground for almost the same price. This really blows a lot of my budget though. Dang. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with the same grass-fed Mega went with. Yeah, we're gonna go with it. Okay, butter. I'm actually gonna go different version than Mega. I think this is $2.69. This is grass-fed? It doesn't say grass-fed, but it's European style, so I assume in Europe they're just doing things a little better than we're doing here in America. So I'm gonna go with this, $2.69 for 8 ounces. So eggs. These are super expensive. These are pasture raised. So in my opinion, you're either going like bottom of the barrel pink cartons or you're going pasture raised. Like if you're paying for cage free, you're just a dum-dum. You're buying into the system. Cage free means nothing. So I would not spend extra money on cage free. I would only spend the money if I could afford the pasture raised. Can I afford it? So I'll probably eat like 6. That'd be $3 worth. I don't think I can afford it. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the normal 18 pack of large eggs for $2.15. Okay, so I'm gonna get 1 avocado, that's $1.18 per day. For some more veggies and volume, this actually keeps you fuller. So I kinda like having veggies, is gonna be Brussels sprouts. So it's $2.99 a pound. I'm probably only gonna have like maybe 8 ounces, maybe 6 ounces per day. And when I'm shopping on a budget, I do like spending my veggie budget on actually calorie dense veggies like Brussels sprouts, avocados, not like spinach and kale, because you can literally spend like $10 and get 50 calories from that type of stuff. All right, so I'm splurging on some coffee. Okay guys, time for the sweet treat. A lot of you say you hate this and it's too bitter, but 100% pure chocolate. This is really low in carbs. It's 1 net carb per 2 pieces. So this box here will get me like 8 servings worth. So what is that? That's like a quarter per serving. Lastly, we're gonna get some bacon to make with the Brussels sprouts. And I think we just gotta go bottom of the barrel here. I'm running out of budget. Buy one, get one free for $6. So these are each $3. So $3 for one of these, perfect. Okay, we're doing our day of eating now with the stuff we got from Publix. It's a few days later. I cut my hair since our shopping trip.
Julie's got a new sweater too.
What'd you do? You did your nails?
I did my nails.
So what we have here is a bulletproof coffee with just butter.
I have a bulletproof tea with butter and cream.
Couldn't afford anything fancier. Usually I have this much earlier, but since we were filming this video today, it's like 9-ish. And the way we're doing the budget calculations for this is how much of an item we're using on a particular day. Mm-hmm. So if you get like a pound of ground beef that's $4 and you use half of it, that's $2 per day.
Right.
And the cost of this here is 78 cents. That's the price of coffee, which is kind of expensive, and the 2 tablespoons of butter.
And then the cost of my bulletproof tea, because I use tea and not coffee, is 47 cents, including the tea bag, a tablespoon of butter, and 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. We'll see you at lunch.
We're preparing lunch over here.
Yes, we are.
Mega's making Gordon Ramsay style scrambled eggs. And I am doing the classic bacon and eggs. But one thing, guys, look at all this fat in the pan that you get from the bacon. Look at all that. This is not even halfway done cooking yet either. So I'm going to cook my eggs in that, but you have to include that in your macros if you're really trying to track accurately. Because when you look up the nutrition for bacon, it gives you the nutrition for 1 fried slice. That means fat drained off. So you can just kind of do this and estimate. And what I usually put in is per slice of bacon, about 1.5 teaspoons, half a tablespoon worth of bacon fat into the macros. If you're using bacon fat, you gotta count it. Oh, if you guys haven't seen the Gordon Ramsay scrambled eggs video, you have to look that up. Game changer.
And Matt said this, I don't know if I believe it to be true.
I make up a lot of stuff.
When we make the eggs like this, he says they're more filling.
I think they are. So we're gonna have all the macros on screen. This meal for me, it's like around 1,000 calories. I usually do 2 meals of right around 1,000 calories. So it's 1 p.m. here. The cost for mine, oh, I'm having a full avocado too. I only have half of it here. So the cost of all this is $2.65. And eggs, that's just gonna be like the best, cheapest source of calories we're finding. Eggs and ground beef, those two, those are really gonna be budget staples.
Absolutely.
And then when you start getting up in budget, like $10, that's pretty reasonable. Most people are spending, I would say most people in America spend like $15 to $20 a day on food, and they don't even know it. They think they're like saving money, foot-long subs and stuff.
You're getting coffee, you're buying an energy drink, 4 eggs, tablespoon butter, and half an avocado. It's 550 calories, and it rounds off at $1.19. So really cheap, really filling.
I think sometimes when people first see our videos, they see like the amount of food we eat, or at least I eat. That's not really that much.
No.
And they're like, whoa, that's crazy. Most Americans, they're just eating all throughout the day, like little things. So if you actually sat all that food down in front of you, it would look something kind of like this, you know, It's big. That's why if you're trying to lose weight or just like eat healthier, I think sitting down to eating big meals like this, as opposed to snacking all the time, is better because you feel full afterwards.
And it's more satisfying. You're like, whoa, I got to eat all this food in one sitting. It's like almost exciting mentally. We'll see you at dinner, and then we'll talk about final prices, final macros.
We're back for dinner.
Yes, we are.
We just turn on cameras and film ourselves eating. Someone commented that one time in a mean way.
It is weird, right?
Yeah, it's a little weird.
There's definitely a time where this didn't exist. But I enjoy watching people eat. So I have egg roll in a bowl, one of my favorite meals. So it's 8 ounces of ground beef, a cup and a half of cabbage, some soy sauce, and like ground ginger, garlic powder.
I have a hamburger. I was just gonna do ground beef like scrambled up like I do typically, but you know, sometimes a boigie's nice.
Yeah, even though it's the same exact food, just in a different form, I feel like eating a burger is more substantial.
We're eating pretty good here. We got Brussels sprouts. This is a half pound. The total cost of this meal for me is $7.25.
That's an expensive dinner.
That's a pretty expensive meal. So this is 10 ounces of ground beef, and then the Brussels sprouts, kind of expensive too.
Fresh veggie.
This entire dinner with the butter that I'm gonna add is, I'll put the macros on the screen, a little over 1,000 calories, which puts me around 2,350 calories on the day.
And then I didn't mention I also have a tablespoon of butter in here that I cooked with the ground beef. And then for my after dinner snack, because I like to do that, and I've been loving nut butters lately, so I'll weigh out 3 tablespoons on a scale and put it in like a little bowl and then slowly eat it with a spoon as I like watch a show or do some computer work. That's what I like to do. My total cost of this meal is around $5.80. And for the macros, I'm at around 820 calories on this. So I'm doing a pretty big second meal, but that's because I had a pretty small meal in the beginning of the day.
My total expenditure today, slightly over budget.
Oh.
I thought since we did the $5 one, it was so easy. We were at like $3. I was like, oh, I can just live like a king over here.
You should just cut off a little ground beef and give it to me.
The total was $10.68.
And then for my total, I was very much so under $7.44. So I could have definitely worked in more stuff. So like on top of my egg roll in a bowl, I like to put like mayo because I like to add more fat, and it also like adds some creaminess.
You're eating like 2/3 as much food as me though.
That's true.
So if you extrapolate for calories, we're like the same.
Okay, fine.
What do you think the average American spends per day on food? I'm curious. If you guys have a guess, comment below.
What do you think?
I would say $17.
That's high.
It's pretty high. People eat out though. Everyone just goes and blows $10 on lunch.
People do stay under budget, a lot of people.
Yeah, my family, they spend like $3 a day.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing for my dad. But I'm gonna say like maybe like 12, 15 max.
All right, guys, let us know what you think.
That's our $10 a day.
What would you eat for $10 a day?
But tune in next week. We'll be doing
$20 a day.
fun.
I forgot. Included in my dinner is the after dinner snack, which is a ½ ounce of baker's chocolate. This is unsweetened. A lot of people have tried this because I eat it a lot and they say it tastes terrible, like dirt, bitter. This probably pushed me over the edge. If I would have cut this out, I would have been under budget. All right, guys, till next time.